Hello, it's Michaelos Fulcrook back with a fan cam discussing West Ham 1, Nottingham Forest 2. I'm at my mum's. I travelled up Saturday on my bike from Cornwall to see the game, last home game of the season, and bit of a special one with some players leaving, so I wanted to be there for this one. So I'm just getting ready to take a long trip back to Cornwall. So I thought I'd get this done before I go, really. But went to the boats by the stadium. Wanted to get in there early, soak up the atmosphere and all that sort of stuff. Met some friends, a couple of Steves and a Simon, all the S's. So it's good to catch up. I left about 1:15, wanted to get in the stadium nice and early. Again, soak up the atmosphere and all that sort of stuff. So 1:15, checked the lineup, and it was exactly the same lineup as the previous week, which I wasn't impressed with. I wasn't impressed with it last week, and I wasn't impressed with it this week. However, obviously last week we did well. So it was egg on my face last week. So sort of looked at the team, thought, not keen on this. Wasn't keen on it last week. But, he got it right in the end because we won the game. But I thought, at home, are we not going to play with Fulcrook again? Some other players, is Paqueta really ill, or is he just don't want to play anymore because of the, the impossible ban and all that sort of stuff? So, I wasn't really sure, but I thought, oh well, not my lineup, but there we are. So I got in the ground, did soak up the atmosphere. It was quite good at the start, a bit of a carnival atmosphere outside. So yeah, it was looking quite good, really. But game kicked off. We started quite well, really. I think with Souček unlucky. Great save by the Forest keeper. But yeah, first sort of five minutes or so, we started well. Good energy. We were playing all right, and then they were having a go. We were having a go. They had some good opportunities. We had some good opportunities. Areola made some really good saves. And then he had a massive brain fart. Played a bit of a hospital ball. Obviously Newcastle Forest scored pretty simple goal, really. Heads dropped. Atmosphere dropped. And first half was boring, really. Wasn't it? Disappointing, really. Shame. I mean, many people have different views on the season now, but I still think keep going, keep getting as many points as you can. I'm sure Potter's put that to the squad, but it doesn't seem to come over very well to some people. Bowen seemed to, I was in the Bobby Moore lower, so it looked like Bowen got a bit of a head injury. I mean, after the game, I saw his interview, and he looked like he's going to have a bit of a shiner there. So he obviously was hurt, but it was hard to tell. It was hard to tell because none of our players really seemed to be around him. It was all the Forest players that were around him, and I thought he was one of our players because it looked like our coaching staff went over. But yeah, it like I say, difficult to tell when you're other end of the pitch. But there we are. So yeah, boring first half, really. Same old ponderous crap. Just I don't get it. I just think don't get me wrong, I understand a patient build up, that's fine, I can live with that. The goal last week where we had like 30 passes, yeah, good, knocking it about. But to me, even in that moment where we looked patient, we were still knocking the ball, putting some fizz into it with intention. Yesterday again, you're playing it about the back line. And if it's gonna, let's just say, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was left wing back for most of the game yesterday, wasn't he? So let's just say it's been passed around the back and it goes from, say, I don't know, Tadibo to the eventual player is Wan-Bissaka. When there's an opportunity to miss a player out and the ball goes straight to him, I don't know why we don't do it. Cresswell does it, which we will miss. I know Cresswell does it. Pings that ball in as it should be. You're Premiership footballers. You're meant to be top of your game. You should be able to take a ball fizzed into you and trap it and pass it. Because what happens is we take so long to get the ball out there. By the time the ball gets to, again, say Wan-Bissaka, the other team have reset. And, you know, you're trying to play through players, all the defensive players are in the positions that they need to be. You haven't pulled anyone across. It's just a waste of time. And then it goes back to the same. I find it so frustrating. I really do. It bores the crap out of me. Anyway, first half, terrible. Lots of time wasting from Forest. And yeah, everyone does it sometimes, but they were atrocious yesterday. I mean, the goal kicks were just taking so long. They were just taking the mickey. Their number 5, I can't remember his name. His number 5 was pretty much stretchered off at half time, but yeah, came back. He must have had some sort of injection of life or something, because the second half was totally different. You know, never knew he was all but stretched off at half time, but there we go. So yeah, couldn't wait for the first half to finish. It was just dire, and I was hoping that Potter would get him in and maybe have a bit of a shake up, make some changes, and then see how we got on. But no changes at half time. Came out, same team, maybe a little bit more. Had a little bit more about them, but not much. And then we made some subs, which changed the game for me. Shame to see Cresswell go off. I thought he had a good game, really. But the midfield changed, and it needed to, because it was crap. It wasn't working. It worked. It did work against Man United, but Man United are in a different position and are a different team at the moment. It did work there. And you know, fair play to Potter, he got that right. But he did not get this right, again, because we're at home and we expect a little bit more. And the midfield was crap. Rodriguez and Souček and James Ward-Prowse, you know, it worked for that game. It didn't and wasn't going to work for this game. So made some subs. It did change the game a little bit. Fulcrook up front, you know, he just makes a difference. Even if he's not necessarily having a good game, he's just asking different questions of the defence and putting himself about a bit. Because Bowen's a fantastic player, but he's not. You can't expect him to go up against big centre backs. That Milenkovic or whatever he's called, he's a unit. He's a big lad. You know, you can't expect Bowen to go. What's he going to get up against them? You know, yeah, balls to feet and all that sort of stuff, but we take so long to try and create opportunities. Everyone's in the position to defend it, so it's difficult to create opportunities, but that's my thoughts on it anyway. But yeah, so made a bit of a difference, and then obviously they scored to make it 2-0, and you know, a bit of a fluke really off the back of Milenkovic. Good whipped in free kick, wasn't it, really, from Forest. But yeah, went off old boy's back. Obviously, you can't tell really what's going on, but they took an age, and then they're talking about VAR, and then VAR and having a look in it, and then VAR spend absolutely ages looking at it. And I messaged the Hammers chat and said, like, boys, do we think, is it offside? A couple of people seem to think technically it was offside because it went over someone's head and they were in, you know, it was in the line, and they would have had, although they didn't touch the ball, they would have had some sort of involvement because you're putting goalkeeper off or whatever. So it may or may not have been, well, they seem to think it was offside, but whether it was or whether it wasn't, just crack on, because we spent 6, 7, 8 minutes or whatever it was just waiting to find out that we were actually 2-0 down. It was just ridiculous, such a waste of time. And maybe now is the right time to say it, but that ref was absolutely awful. Awful ref. I mean, I've played Sunday League football in Cornwall, and I've seen some diabolical refereeing before, but that guy took the biscuit. Premier League referee, you must be having a laugh. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand it must be difficult to ref. You know, he was getting dog's abuse. I don't know if it came across on the TV or not, but everyone was singing, you know, you're not fit to referee. I mean, he wasn't. It was atrocious. I mean, obviously in the second half, some of the things he went go on to, in the 110th minute when he's doing it, he walks all the way to one end of the pitch to get the ball, to do a drop ball, where Paqueta was fouled, really. It's just a joke. There's balls all around the pitch. Every couple of metres there's a ball. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The guy's he's just an absolute idiot. Just what is he doing? He wants to be the centre of attention, ref the game properly. I mean, his decisions were atrocious. I mean, Bowen was getting lumps kicked out of him and getting nothing for it. He gave fouls when we didn't do anything wrong. There was one point, one of our players was fouled, really. The linesman didn't even flag anything. And then the ref went over and gave them a foul. That is not why we lost the game yesterday. Let's be clear. But the ref was atrocious. Honestly, worst refereeing I've ever seen in my life, without a doubt. But anyway, so that pattern followed. We did have a go. I think at times in the game yesterday, especially in the second half, in the start of the first half, but in the second half when we made the changes, we played some decent football. I think on the whole, we probably deserved a draw. I don't think we deserved to lose. Had Areola not have had that brain fart moment, goals change games. That would have changed something perhaps, but I don't think we deserve to lose. I don't think we deserve to win, but I don't think we deserve to lose. And I thought it'd be a draw, to be honest. But, good on Forest. It's good to see, can they get in the Champions League? That'd be great for them. So good luck to them, But ended up like, I don't know, what was it, 115 minutes of football? Well, not football, but 115 minutes game time anyway. And yeah, just terrible. I mean, I see a lot of discussions about people saying whether already, people are talking about, should Potter stay, should Potter not. I still think it's too early to say, we should have been, for me, West Ham's always been a special club and we've been different. We should be different. We're better than this. We look after people. We give people time generally. And it's too early to tell with Potter. I'll be honest, I'm on the fence. I don't know. I can see some of the things he's trying to do. If he gets his players, will he do? Will we have a big change? All we can do is, give him time, we've had a pre-season really, haven't we? But anyway, give him another pre-season, let him get his players in and see what he does. You've got to give him half a season next season to see if he can do something. If there's slow progress, but, we're sort of 12th, 13th, something like that, but there is progress and the football isn't too horrendous, then you've got to let him keep going, surely. And we can't keep flip-flopping with managers. 3 managers inside 12 months, that's not us. We don't do that. So we need to give him time, really. But yeah, disappointing game yesterday. Don't think we deserved to lose, but we did. Guilherme came on. Thought he looked lively. He's a good little player. Makes some wrong decisions, I think, but on the whole, I think he's a decent player. He's pretty quick, put himself about a bit. I think he needs more game time, and I don't know why he hasn't had more game time. I'm not privy to what goes on the training pitch or his attitude, but all I can see is what I see in front with my own eyes on the football pitch. He looked decent yesterday. I thought Todibo looked good yesterday. I thought Kilman looked good yesterday. Realistically, what we've conceded 2 goals. One of them was an absolute brain fart by Areola, as I've said many times. And the other one was a bit of a wicked deflection on a free kick. So other than that, I thought Kilman was good yesterday. Coufal, brilliant game. I thought we had a really good game. It would have been lovely to see him score, but he didn't. Wan-Bissaka was his normal good self. Cresswell, we will miss that lad. We will miss him. I thought he was good again yesterday. I think our midfield let us down. I think Bowen tried really hard. I thought Kudus had some moments, but largely ineffective again. And what a goal by Jarrod Bowen. What a goal. It looked a cracking goal. And it was right in front of us towards the end of the game. Obviously, I've watched the highlights because you just don't see the angles properly when you're there, do you? But what a goal. The way he flicked that up and then volleyed it in. God, he's some player. He is some player, isn't he? It's, you know, the amount of goals he's got this season with how crap we've been is quite a testament to how good he is, really. But yeah, so you know, well played, Bowen. I think our midfield let us down, really. But yeah, there we are. Frustrating. One more game to go. I guess we're going to see the same lineup, are we, against Ipswich? Oh well. So I am going to take a long trip back to Cornwall, 300 miles on my bike, on Lucille. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Put a like on this video if you like it. You like listening to my droll tones. And hopefully I'll speak to you guys soon.